myself and Jimmy have been trying out a couple of different tactics on this map. None of them had worked. We got our asses handed to us each and every single time. And we nearly did this time as well, but we stuck with it, and what happens next surprised us as much as it might surprise you. So basic tactic was quick assault on the right hand side, a heavy force through the middle, and a quick assault on the left. And it didn't quite go to plan. Jimmy's forces taken out pretty quickly, my forces on the left didn't get very far. So still try to hold out in the centre. But the amount of stuff coming down is just too much for the strikers and the chieftains, and they promptly get nailed. Nothing remaining of ours on the right hand side. On the left I got a couple of paratroopers headed in the forest, but they won't last long. Centre's getting pretty hairy, but I'm taking out as much air and armour as I can. The Abrams tanks are truly tremendous, and in fact I keep those for the entire game. So at this point, we're in a spot of bother. Getting flanked, left and right. We'll lose CP on the right. I decide to bring everything back a bit. And then go into full retreat mode. If we lose that assault at the bottom right there of Bravo, it's basically game over. So I pull everything back. About the only thing going for us at the minute is our air cover. We've got pretty good control of the skies. Jimmy with his tornadoes and Jaguars, and me with my A-10s and soon F-16s. So at the moment, we don't have a lot. 3 Abrams, 3 Strikers, a couple of FOBs, a couple of bits of air cover, and our air units. But all is not quite lost. We still have 3 command units, 2 rovers, and a sultan. It's a bit laggy at this point in the battle because there's a lot going on. As you can see, the enemy has total control. The Thunderbolts do their job. Oh, he's also got the Harriers moving around there. Eventually they break in on the right hand side a bit, cause a bit of trouble. I think it's round about this point decide to start shelling us. So we're down to 1 command unit. We lose this command unit and it's game over. Oh no, we've got 2, sorry. Still got the rover at this point in the game. But T-55s really aren't any match for the Abrahams. In fact, nothing in this match was a match for the Abrahams. And with the Rapiers, the Rolands and the Pivads sat there, the anything that came close air-wise was immediately shot down, and if it was out of range, Jimmy took it with the tornadoes. So we're still doing not too bad considering at this point. And now we start getting shelled. Jimmy loses a couple of things there. We're still taking out anything that comes near us in the air. I think that was our saving grace, to be honest. We would have been dead in the water if we didn't have air superiority. Even when these choppers come too close, they're immediately taken out. Replacement rapier up. The Abrams are holding their own, and because they're sat inside the fobs, they're getting repaired at all times, getting rearmed. Same for the Rollins and the rest of the vehicles there. The green jackets are there just to watch the flank. Anything comes in armour wise, it's anything that comes in. Jimmy's got Challenger on the right hand side, and his Milan's on the left there in that building. Scout choppers taken out straight away there. And now we start getting heavily shelled. And I lose the command unit, so this is our only remaining command unit, which is currently being attacked. We lose that, game over again. I've managed to afford 3 more Abrahams. Settle them down, dig in. Up to provide air cover for the Sultan that we have remaining. We're still getting heavily shelled. And there's still plenty of their troops coming in there. We're now 35 minutes into the battle. But as soon as they send an aircraft over, like this LM-6M, it gets nailed. It does get shots off, but because we're still in the fob, we're getting repaired. Once again, they've managed to sneak in the right hand side with their motorised infantry. Gets a bit dicey in a second. For those of you that don't play games, as soon as Jimmy moves, that's all. We lose the ability to bring in air cover, to bring in reinforcements. Sends challengers out for a probing attack. And then we get hit on the left pretty hard at the same time. So I reposition the Abrahams. Lose all the infantry that was there. But as we reposition the Abrahams and concentrate on the left, they manage to sneak in the right again. So it's at this point I immediately fall back to another last defence there. I'm all out of everything in the fob. There's no point in staying there. I'm bringing a Chinook to do the job of the fob. Still getting shelled. Thunderbolt's doing his job well. 47 minutes into the game, and we're holding out. At this point, I'm thinking they must be running out of units by now, surely. They've thrown so much at us, and we've held it off. Still taking a heavy shelling. So, this is when we start moving on the offensive. There's wing the Abrahams out with recon support from the Gazelle. Start moving them up. And at this point I've already dropped off a couple of paratroopers, I forgot about those. They swung up on the right hand side into the forest, distract them a bit. These Lynxes just have machine guns, they're not good for armour or anything, just infantry. And at this point Jimmy sends his Lynxes up and round the back, filled with some infantry there. Abrahams move up to secure the town, still getting heavily shelled. Paratroopers holding their own, and sending some more. Falcon and the Thunderbolt taking out any armour and also dealing with infantry if it's a problem. And the Russians start to decide to shoot their own troops. Paratroopers have lost on that side. And I've got some more sat in the town now. I did send out my last CP rover, but yeah, T-55s nailed them from a distance. Unfortunately, although I do have 2 CP tanks left, but they are more than double the price of the rovers, and at this point in time we have no monies to spend. So Jimmy's up with his paratroopers into their main control area, and surprisingly doing quite well considering amongst all that red. Start moving more Lynxes up. Jimmy caps their fob and it's empty. Now an hour and 5 minutes into the battle. And Jimmy's causing absolute havoc. Foxtrot. So I start to move the Abrahams up to support him, and move my paratroopers up to push them back a bit on the right. Use the recon Gazelle, scout out their positions, and then send the Thunderbolt in to start taking out these units here. So the Abrahams is now moving up to support Jimmy on the centre there. Nothing much happening on the left at this minute time. Falcon moving in. Abrahams are out on their own up here, but they can hold it. The only problem was they were running out of ammunition. So send this unit in to rearm them in hostile territory. A-10 still popping what's left of their units on the right hand side. Paratroopers are advancing. And at this point now I've got a command chieftain sat in golf to get some more points so we can bring some more stuff in. Jimmy's reinforcing the centre there. My last command unit, chieftain heading into the secure echo, and also at the same time Jimmy's finishing off what's left in the hotel along with their command unit there. Now assaulting on the left at the top and pushing the command unit into Alpha because it's worth more. So to do that I need to find their command unit and take them out. So the scouts over and the Thunderbolts popping the units that are there and the Falcon suppresses. So we have pretty much got control of the left, the right, and half of the centre now. We're also stopping them from reinforcing and holding that position quite well. So at this point you can see they don't have an awful lot left. Jimmy moves 2 chieftains up there. I've got my recon in. And now we're basically just hunting for this last unit here. We know he's hiding somewhere, but we're just trying to find him. I actually thought he was in that forest. I didn't realise he was in the top there. So we're sending units up to search up the top. And then we spot him. The Falcon goes for the last strike. And at the end of this, it's a pretty battle scarred arena. Thunderbolts rolling in there as well. In fact, I'd probably get a better view from the Thunderbolt. Falcon drops his bombs, 2,000-pound bombs. There he is. Game over. And that's how we snatched victory from the jaws of defeat.